All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, May 9th, and as usual, we'll be going over analysis for US 30, gold, and BTC. So it's currently, we have about 8 more minutes before we can take any trade. So let's look what we have. Let's look at what we have right now. So there's a current trade running for US 30 for 15-minute supply. And this one is the only thing is that it's the first 15 minutes of market open, so I'm not looking to take that trade until 9:45. But you can see here there's a current we're in a current supply level here for US 30. Also SAR level based, we have a 30-minute sell up here. We have an hourly sell here. So this is a very nice entry for US 30. The probabilities that US 30 will drop back down. For the 30-minute time frame, prices may get this 30-minute supply later on. For gold, let's see what we have here. Gold price is far away from the 15-minute and 30-minute supply and demand zones. Maybe probably get this inner supply later on. We have a hourly buy and 4-hour buy, so gold will more than likely push up from here. And you can see we're also in a demand zone. So this hourly and 4-hour will probably push up towards this supply up here. For BTC, what do we have? Price is far away from the supply and demand zones, a little bit, both the 15-minute and 30-minute time frame. For SAR levels, we don't really have a critical SAR level based off of where price is at right now. For hourly entry, probably get this hourly sell on US 30, or maybe this hourly sell on BTC, but we'll see if we get any of that. 4-hour time frame, price is far away from this instruments, and of course the dailies price is far away from any of the daily supply and demand entries. So let's move over to, let's check what's going on. I don't think we have any reversals. Yeah, I don't think we have any reversals here. Um, yeah, so nothing for gold. US 30. Nothing for US 30. BTC. Yeah, nothing really for the reversal. All right, let me share my other screen for the trendline and SAR rejections, and then we see what we have. All right, so for buys, give me 1 second. All right, give me a second, guys. Give me a second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? For US 30, no buys on the 15-minute or 30-minute, no sells on the 15-minute or 30-minute, no for gold, no buys on the 15-minute and 30-minute, no sells on the 15 or 30-minute. For BTC, no entries for buys on the 15 or 30-minute, no entries for sells on the 15-minute or 30-minute. On the hourly time frame, there was a nice this morning. There was a nice if you replay this, you'll see how we had a nice entry for a buy on US 30 this morning. It would have been at 6 a.m. Eastern time. So this candle rejected the trend line, closed above the SAR. You would have entered on the retest of the closest SAR. It closed above, stop loss below the previous low. You do your 1:2 risk to reward or whatnot. And this one would have been a nice trade here for US 30. But anyway, that happened before the live session. Let's see. So no buys for US 30 on the hourly, no buys for gold on the hourly, no buys for EU on the hourly, no buys for BTC on the hourly. For the 4-hour time frame, no sells. There's a sell on gold, but it did not retest this SAR here on the hourly because we had a trend line rejection and closure below this SAR. But price did not come back to test the SAR, the top SAR first. There's a current sell going on EU. So you can see here, and let's also see if we're in a supply zone. So here for EU, this is a current sell that would be going. If you had exactly a stop loss literally above that previous high, which would have given you like a 2-pip stop loss. I don't know if anybody trades with 2-pip stop losses. But I don't know if the candle had started bearish first or bullish. So normally, if this candle had started bearish first, you always want to ask yourself, did it come bearish first, the distance of your stop loss, or if it came up bullish first, then that's when you'd have entered. So I think for this particular trade, it started off bearish first. So this one, I don't think there's anything to do about it for EU. For BTC, no sells on the hourly. For 4 hour time frame, no buys on. We might get a buy on gold on the 4 hour time frame, but we'll have to wait for 3 hours. So if this current, and I think gold is in a nice buy area. The only thing with the 4 hour, I had entered a trade here yesterday on the 4 hour time frame. I think it was based off of this candle. My stop loss was below the previous lows, somewhere here. And then I had like a 1:2. This trade actually exited out at break even this morning. I forget where. Yeah, I think it was that candle. So it came up here, and I exited this trade. The only thing for this particular trade on the 4 hour, if you see here for the zones, we have a bunch of supply. So you don't really want to buy into supply. Let me share the other screen. I think we just got an alert for US 30. So US 30, we are in a 30. So 30-minute supply has just been hit. And then now we also have an hourly supply. So right here, price is coming to the hourly. So I'd rather take the hourly on US 30. So let's look at this hourly supply in real time. We want to see supply here, so that's fine. What SAR levels do we have here? We have a 30-minute SAR level. So this trade, again, is a nice trade. So I'll be taking a sell on US 30, 50 pips, 50 points stop loss, 60 points TP. Let's see. This one came too fast. Right. So if we get that crossover sell, I'll be taking that entry. So we want, if US 30 wants to keep pushing up, that's fine. So this one is based off of the hourly supply. We are pretty bullish. So looking here also, you can see we have this daily sell up here. But for me, this trade does make sense. And you can see now the other thing for this one, our inner demand has been taken out. So seeing that very bullish structure, no need to wait to take this US 30 unless we get it back. Let's see. All right. All right. I will take that entry based off of that reverse of price action. So let's see if we get that. So my entry is at 39,068.1. And I just need to see the price action here. That's where my entry is. And I need to see the price action of the 5-minute candle. So again, let's watch the 5-minute candle. We don't want the current 5-minute candle to turn bullish. If it turns bullish, then of course, again, we would be looking to, where's the stop loss of this trade? Oh, I did the opposite. I did the opposite for my top tier account. Let's see. Right. This is so weird. Yeah, but anyway, I'm in that entry for US 30. Trying to figure out. Oh, I think it's wrapped TP. Oh, I see what I did here. Shoot. 10, 1, 10, 3. So here, 0, 2. 0, 2. All right. Sorry, I'd messed up my risk to reward on one of my accounts. All right, so current 5-minute candle. We need this current 5-minute candle for this particular trade to close as a bearish candle. If that doesn't happen, let's see, let's go back up here. If that doesn't happen, then you can probably see where it's heading to, this daily sell area. So we need the current 5-minute to reverse and close as a bearish candle. If that doesn't happen, then this again might be a trade that might get taken out. So probably have a repeat of tomorrow. So you guys remember how yesterday US 30 spiked up for the first trade and took us out, but then we had another trade for BTC to compensate. But anyway, let's see how this current 5-minute candle closes. I would want to see, and we also tapped into 4-hour supply for US 30, which is currently here. So we have a 4-hour supply, and we have the hourly supply. So if you want to size in, now would be the entry for the 4-hour entry, 39,085. But for me, I'm just gonna hold the hourly entry. So that was for US 30. Let's find new zones for US 30 supply. On the 15-minute time frame, this would have to be all the way up here. All right, so the current 5-minute candle ends in 2 minutes for that hourly entry. Mhm. So the 15-minute moves all the way up there. All right, give me a second. I have to do something here on the side. Mm. But just watch that 5-minute candle. All right, so the current 5-minute candle closed as a bullish candle. So again, if you want, now this is the point where, similar to yesterday, if price comes back to break even, I will exit the trade at break even. If you want, you can take the loss right now, which would be like half the allocated loss. But if you want to hold and see if it comes back to break even, which is what my practice is, because that that 5-minute price action just shows us bullishness in the market. So just make your decision there. For me, I'm just holding whether it's gonna hit stop. So for me, this trade, it's either gonna be mostly stop loss or break even. So if price comes back down to entry, I will exit out at break even or manually set stop loss to break even. So I'm currently watching those candles. Um, Okay. Um, US 30 gold BTC. Gold. I'm just looking at this other trend line and SAR rejection. All right, yeah. So right now, all we have is that US 30 entry, but nothing else on this others. The 4 hours gotten taken out. So you can see here, looking at the 4 hour, yes, we're in a supply zone, but that inner supply has been taken out and we are coming in with heavy demand here. So same here for the for this 4 hour. This would have to move all the way to the top around 39,500 for now. So if US 30 keeps pumping, what's the area it's probably headed to? So probably headed to this daily sell at 39,161. So if it heads to 39,161, that would mean this position, this sell position gets taken out. And also it would mean there's a potential entry later on for US 30 at 39,160, 163.5. So 164. So anyway, let's just call it 165. So if US 30 keeps pumping up, watch for 39,165. Probably we won't be on the live session, but if price gets here and you wanted to enter this daily sell SAR, you'd wait for two candles to reject from here. So you'd wait for two 15-minute candles to close below here. Or if it closes above here, you'd wait for a break to the downside of that level and another candle to also close below that level as well. For this 30-minute setup, let's find another area for it since that has been taken out. So this moves all the way to the top here at 39,504. Here. Right. So the 30-minute setup moves all the way up there. All right, so this one is still going the hourly, but you can see how close it is to getting stopped out. So this US 30 sell may get stopped out. So just a few more pips. If it keeps pushing, that will be stopped out. All right. So I've stopped out of that trade. So that's it's pretty much the similar trade we got stopped out from yesterday, but this one was a supply trade. I really like the hourly supply and demand entries, but this one just ended up getting taken out. So we'll just find another trade, probably gonna be like yesterday where we just end the day at break even. But let's see if we find anything else. So let me just check that. Let's find a new supply zone for US 30 on the hourly, which would be all the way up here. So now we probably know where US 30 is headed. This daily sell area there at 39,165. Also remember, we have that 39,000 area, which is a critical level. So remember the manipulation that occurs at these critical levels at the thousands. So what you'd normally expect is for price to go at least 250 points away from that level, from like 39,000. So any level that has thousands. So probably all the way till 250 before any reversal, but also we have this daily sell here at 39,165. So we'll see if price gets there. If we're still on the live session, and if it does, I would be looking to take it, since that's a daily level that rarely comes up. But that's probably where US 30 is getting attracted to this daily sell area. So unfortunately, this one for the hourly, that was a loss. Uh, and this is the new area for hourly supply. Mm. Right, so that's minus 0.7. If we do get another trade on the live session, so pretty much similar to yesterday. So if you took yesterday's trade, the first one we took a loss with 0.75, the next trade used 0.375, so that if you win that trade, similar to how we won the next trade with BTC, you would get back to break even for the day. So right now, mostly I'm interested in either this daily sell at 39,165 or in a trend line and SAR rejection, which is what I'm watching for on these other charts, but we really don't have anything. Price is far away from these entries for either buys or sells. Um, yeah, so all right, let's just wait and see if we get anything else. So probably today will be a day where those other trades come up in the afternoon. All right, so almost at that daily sell at 165. Yeah, literally for this other trend line, there's nothing. So even for yeah, so even today for sales, there'll be no sales for the trend line strategy. We don't have any SARs for where US 30 is going for sales. So this would be the only probably last selling area for US 30. But for the trend line and SAR rejection, we do not have any, even for gold, unless we get to the 30-minute, but shoot. All right, let's just keep waiting and see if we get that one out there. What's so gold is at a 30-minute supply right here and also at a 15-minute supply. So I'm not going to take this particular trade. The reason for that is looking at where gold is coming from. We have a 4-hour buy SAR. We have a 15-minute buy SAR. As much as we are in supply zone or a supply zone here, they are picking up these entries on the 4-hour. So we have a 4-hour buy, 15-minute buy. So for this trade, I think best case, yes, would hit TP, but I think at the very least break even. But I'm not willing to take that risk right now for gold. But for anybody interested, the entry would be where gold is right now. But I'm not taking that entry on gold. The reason again is this SARs, right? As much as we're in a supply zone. So this SARs, I like thinking of them as magnets where price is coming from or where price is going to. So you can see, like, for example, the US 30, what US 30 is doing here for the daily sell. So gold here, think of this as they've picked up demand from or they've picked up entries from a 5-minute buy SAR, from a 15-minute buy, from a 4-hour buy. So normally when I'm like the US 30 trade we took on the hourly, we had a 30 what? We had a 30-minute sell and hourly sell, right? And also we had demand. I'm sorry, we also had a supply zone there. So we had a couple of confluences aligning. But here this one I wouldn't take because price is coming from buy 4-hour buy SAR level and 15-minute buy SAR level. But anyway, if anybody has any other confluences for sales on gold, prices at entry, your entry for sales would be at 23.30. For me, I'm just ticking this out and looking to possibly catch this daily sell on US 30, but I would need two 15-minute candles to close below here. So either reject and close below or break above and close back below. So this is the next trade that I'm looking at. But if anyone wants to take the gold entries, excuse me, we have a 15-minute and 15-minute and 30-minute. So the only way I would look to take a gold trade is if we got, so let's see what inner supply zones are. So the next one is at like, oh, this is all the way at 2370, 2380. So that's the next area I would be looking to sell gold on the 15-minute. But right now, this just has a little bit too much of red flags for me. The other part for this one's for anybody who has like a small TP and stop loss, this would have been an area you could sell on impulse. But for me, of course, we know I'm not an impulse trader, but this is what we want to see. We want to see rejection at this daily SAR level. So for me, I would need this 15-minute candle to close below here. And then I would need the next 15-minute candle to also reject and close below here for me to sell US 30. So if that did happen, I would take a sell with stop loss above the previous high. And then, shoot for like a 1:2 risk to reward. So we'll see how this current, but you can see this heavy rejection that we are getting up here for US 30. Mm. Yeah, so you can see that push on gold. So that's how to look at it, right? Look at what's the nearest SAR that price is coming from, and what's the nearest SAR that price would be going towards. All right, so we had the first 15-minute candle closure below. Now I need also this current 15-minute candle to close below this daily SAR level. And then at that point, I would be looking to take a trade for US 30 here. If price were to come back up and do something like this. So doing like stop loss below the previous or above the previous high would be, you'd need such a tight stop loss, like a 5-point stop loss, which is probably not realistic. So for me, I would use the same stop loss I normally use, 50-point stop loss for this one. So this one is an SAR level rejection, but we need this current 15-minute candle to close below that level as well. So best thing would be for it to shoot up and give us a higher high, and then, excuse me, come back down and close below that level. Yeah, levels rejection. So let's see if we'll get that. I'll hang around for a couple of more minutes. So here for gold. Yeah, so you can see for the gold entry, if we had entered that entry, because entry was at 2330, we would have already gotten stopped out of that gold trade. So you can see just reading into what this are telling you. Now, the other one for gold, let me move this gold entries to other areas, to the next best areas, which for me is all the way all the way up here. Way up there. All right. The other one you can do here for gold, we do have a 4-hour buy. Mm. 4-hour buys. So you can still do the same thing we're trying to do for the sell entry for US 30. So you can do this for gold, but this one you'd need like a 100 pip stop loss and a 20 pip TP, which is pretty high. But for this one, I don't think I would be taking this one as well. Again, the zones, right? If I'm buying, I want to buy in supply. I'm sorry, if I'm buying, I want to buy in demand, and if I'm selling, I want to sell in supply. So this one, as much as we do have that 4-hour buy, we do have a bunch of resistance here. So this is a trade that looking forward, you probably just might end up at break even or even getting stopped out. So the confluences really don't align here, but this is another entry you can, for anybody who has buy confluences at 23.29, that would be a possible buy to take. So anyway, US 30, the next entry here on the 30-minute moves up to 23.37. Right here for the 30. So we'll see what happens if price gets up here for that 30. But then again, we would just need to ask ourselves the same thing. Where is price coming from? Price is coming from a 4-hour buy SAR area. So even for me, for the 30-minute sell on gold at 23.37, it's still a little bit sus to take. Mm, 30-minute. Might get a 30-minute trend line and SAR rejection. So let's wait to see what happens in those 9 minutes. And if we do get that, I think I would rather take the trend line and SAR rejection entry because it would give a smaller stop loss than this other one. BTC, nothing here. All right, gold, we also have an hourly supply here, but same thing for US 30. Um, yeah, hourly supply. If anything, just wait for the 30-minute that's above here if you would want to take anything. But for gold hourly supply as well, uh, yeah, no, I'm not gonna take that one as well. I'll wait for the 30 minutes because the 30-minute has a potential of giving us a trend line and SAR rejection. So, excuse me, I won't be taking the gold hourly supply as well. So I'm watching for this US 31 and also watching for this gold on the 30-minute. So the 30-minute gives you a better entry than the hourly. And I think actually both of them would give you the same entry if this taps up here. Yeah. Just hold off on that gold trade unless you have any confluences for it. I think either this 30 minutes, so in 9 minutes or in this 7 minutes, we'll get a better direction for gold because in the on the closure of this 7 minute of this 30-minute candle, we're potentially also getting a trend line and SAR rejection. And if you're watching this 4-hour buy, normally when you get this closure above SARs, you normally expect a retest at some point, right? So maybe that 30-minute trend line and SAR rejection will give us this move back down to retest this 4-hour buy. But anyone looking to take the 30 and the hourly, the entry is ideally where price is at 23.36. But for me, I'm not in that trade. I'm not taking that trade. I'm sitting this one out for now. And if anything, I'll take the 30-minute trend line and SAR rejection, which closes in like 6 minutes. But anyone who has any entry or any confluences for a sell on gold, 23.36, where price is at, you can take that sell. But you saw what happened on the previous one, 15-minute entry for gold, right? So here the red flags, excuse me, the red flags are this 4-hour buy, which is where gold seems to have picked up entries from. All right. This US 30, unless in the next, excuse me, unless in the next 4 minutes price closes below this daily sell area, then there's nothing to look for here. So if that's the case, what I'll be doing the next excuse me, the next area, so this is 39,000. The next area you'd expect a 250 point manipulation. So 250 points is somewhere around here. Then you get this, this. So this is the next play I'll be playing for US 30 if this doesn't materialize. Now for this one, I'll just set an alert here at 250. And see if All right, so gold is still pushing up. For that entry at 237, you see you'd still be in drawdown right here, so just best to wait for gold. So if we don't get this SAR rejection, I'll be taking this 250 point manipulation for US 30. If price gets to this area, we'd just look to, so what time of day is it? So you'd ideally need two 15-minute candles as well here. On the other hand, you can wait for a crossover sell when price reaches 39,250, 39,250 and take your entry there. But so if we don't get this, yeah, that should be it for the live session, but I'm also looking for that gold SAR sell. So it doesn't look like we're going to get this SAR levels rejection. So let me share my other screen for the trend line and SAR. So you can see here, nothing for US 30. Even for sales, we don't have any sell SARs up here. That's fine. For gold, so if gold closes in the next 1 minute, this trend line will most likely switch to the high of this candle. And if that does happen, then we would be looking for probably something like this, stop loss below above that. So this would be like a 50 pip stop loss, 100 pip TP. So this might come pretty pretty quick. And also I think this would line up with the 30-minute and 1 hour sell entry for gold. So just know if this does come up, this one will be such a quick trade. And this is on the 30-minute time frame. All right, yeah. So this one is gonna line up. Uh, just a, just a second. All right, let's go back to, yeah, so that already adjusted, right? So what we're waiting for, let me set an alert here. And the US 30 trade invalidated this SAR levels rejection, so nothing to look at there. For this one, we need price to reject off of this SAR and get a crossover buy. So 50 point stop loss, 100 pip TP, or 50 pip stop loss and 100 pip TP. So let's see if we get this one here. Let's see. And of course, we don't want price to go the distance of our stop loss before coming back up. So this is the threshold. So we need price to just come back and tap that SAR before getting back or before going here. So if price gets here first before coming to tap in this entry, we'll just delete this and that will be it for the day. But I'm still also watching that US 30 250 point manipulation move. I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting allergies or something, but feel like I'm dying out here. Let's see. We need that rejection back up. Come on. For BTC, nothing for the hourly timeframes. In the next hourly close, we should have an entry for a sell on gold as well. Because in the next hourly close, this trend line should adjust to the upside. And then we would also have a closure below an SAR. But yeah. So this was unfortunately, we didn't get that tap. So we came, you can see how, we missed this entry just by a few pips, but it is what it is. So price would have already achieved a 1:1 risk to reward. So normally, right, because once we get that trend line and SAR rejection, we don't want price to go down first or up first. We want price to come back and retest our entry. But for this entry on gold, unfortunately, there is nothing to take there. So we go ahead and delete that, delete this alert. And ideally, we'll just need to find something else. So there's that US 30 trade. But given the time of day, I really and with my coughing and all, I don't think I'll stay on for a little longer. So just watch 39,250. You need two 15-minute candles to reject off of that zone. So either to close below that zone. Fortunately, we missed this gold trade just by a few pips. We would be at break even now, but it is what it is. And yeah, so the other one is the hourly, right? In the hourly, so all is not lost for gold, because if we go on the hourly time frame, which is right here, when this hourly closes in the next 23 minutes, this trend line will adjust to the high of this candle. And then possibly we'll get a closure below an SAR. Below, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 SARs to potentially close below. So that might be another entry for in 23 or 25 minutes. But other than that, yeah, so right now it's either the gold entry. So I'll be taking the gold hourly entry. And also I'll be taking that US 30 250 point manipulation. But other than that, I will see you guys.